and gentlemen, we are kicking off the week with a regional standardization forum. I would like to invite Mr. Patrick Nyirishema, the Director General of RURA, to give opening remarks. Sir.
Thank you very much, Jeanette. A good morning to everyone and welcome to Kigali. Honorable Minister, distinguished participants, it's my truly a privilege and a pleasure, first, RURA as a host of this meeting, but secondly, to have all of you convene in Kigali for these week-long meetings. And it happens to be at a time when we celebrate 50 years of the establishment of Study Group 3. So we're truly honored to be able to host this meeting, to have all of you come across the continent and work together towards development of the work, our shared work under Study Group 3. I just wanted to, having said that, I wanted to say 2 or 3 things. One, as the Industrial Revolution continues to pick momentum, there is a real risk that we'll see an increasing gap between the developing countries and the developed countries. And in that broader context, I believe that Study Group 3 has a key role to play. And one of the critical things we need to do is to be on the table where decisions of the future are made. Because all technologies come to be through this process of standardization. And I think what has happened in the past is we always try to catch up when the world has already moved and gone forward. When they're busy defining what is going to come next, we're trying to catch up with their past. And I think going into the future, we need to be actively involved in shaping the future. And not only trying to catch up with the past when it comes to the developed world, and always seeing an increasing gap as time progresses. And I think that, as I just said, as the Industrial Revolution continues to pick momentum, now is the time that we continue to consolidate the efforts and we continue to be on the table as the future is being shaped. Secondly, I wanted to commend the efforts that have been achieved thus far. We have seen tremendous improvement in our ability to coordinate better. We've seen that this not just at study group levels, we've seen this in WTSA, in WRC. We've seen it across the board, and I think we need to continue, particularly the African group, to work together, to harmonize more, to support each other, to learn and do things better, and continue to be a single voice when we get onto the international scene, particularly when ITU convenes the international meetings where decisions are made. Lastly, I wanted to once again welcome you and say, although we have a long week of very serious discussions, please take some time out and relax, enjoy the hospitality of Kigali. There might be some of you that have visited Rwanda for the first time, so please don't only see this room. We need to step out. Kigali is a very safe city. So besides the hard work, very important work that we're going to all be doing throughout the week, I hope that you can also find time to step out and enjoy the hospitality of Kigali. Please enjoy your stay. And once again, welcome to Rwanda.
Yeah, I would now like to welcome Mr. Rwanda Buku, the co-chair of the SG3 regions for Africa from Zambia. Thank you, sir.
Thank you to the Director of Programs, the Honorable Minister of Information and Technology, Honorable Rwanda, the Director General RURA, Mr. Patrick Nirishema, the representative from the African Telecommunications Union, Mr. Jibrila Balo, the head of BSG, Dr. Lara Srivastava, distinguished delegates from ITU member states, national standards bodies, ICT regulators, ICT companies, research organizations, and members from academia, members of the press, may I simply say all protocols observed. My name is Lwando Buku. I am the co-chairman for the ITU-T Study Group 3, Regional Group for Africa. Before I go any further, I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank RURA and the government of Rwanda for hosting us, for most graciously offering to host us for this week and for these events that we have lined up. Your kind hospitality and the excellent facilities that we've been provided with are greatly appreciated. It's a great honor and privilege for me to address this distinguished gathering at the opening ceremony for the first African Regional Standardization Forum for bridging the standardization gap on emerging economic, regulatory, and policy trends. This important forum precedes the meeting of ITU-T Study Group 3 Regional Group for Africa, which will commence tomorrow and deal with a number of the topical issues that are actually on the program to be discussed today. As has been mentioned already, we celebrate 50 years of the African Region Study Group, and I must pay homage to those that came before us and laid the solid foundation upon which we continue to build today. We have a record number of 52 contributions to this meeting, and by any standard, that's unprecedented, particularly for a regional group of our nature. I think it's, as the DG mentioned earlier, we have definitely moved from being observers and from being participants in meetings and watching as the standardization process happens to being shapers of the global standardization process. And I must applaud and commend everyone here and all the members of our region. I look forward to fruitful deliberations and an exchange of views and knowledge transfer that will happen today. And this will form a good backdrop and a context for the discussions that we will have in the upcoming meeting in the next few days. In terms of standardization, when we think standardization, generally the first thing that will come to mind is normally technical compatibility and interoperability and things of that technical nature. However, such technical standards do not exist in isolation. In order to truly benefit from such technical standardization, there is need to also standardize policy frameworks and regulatory models in order to make mutually consistent and beneficial decisions across the region and the world at large. And this is where ITU-T Study Group 3 has been really active and really takes the process of standardization to another level. Study Group 3, which is the parent study group for our Regional Group for Africa, has developed numerous standards or recommendations on various economic and policy matters. Most recently, during the just ended WTSA, a number of new standards and recommendations were approved, and this would not have been possible without the active participation of the African region in driving and steering the standardization process. Some of the key standards developed were on international mobile roaming, significant market power, international aspects of universal service, regional and as well as regional IXPs. And I must emphasize the fact that without the active and coordinated efforts of the African region, and without our coming together and speaking as one voice and showing the strength of our numbers, these achievements would definitely not have been possible. We look forward to another successful study period culminating into the development of new standards and recommendations, and in particular, a few of the ones that we expect to come out at the end of the period are on over-the-top services, mobile financial services, to mention but a few of the topical issues that we are currently dealing with. They say the only constant in life is change, and this is particularly true in the ICT sector. We have all witnessed the rapid evolution of technology over the years, and I can only imagine 50 years ago when this regional group was formed, what the ICT environment looked like. I wonder if we have any members who were actually present back then, but for someone as young as I am, I can only imagine what the next 50 years have in store and what we can expect to achieve as we move into the future. The time is indeed now for us to take control of our destiny and to develop the necessary standards or recommendations that will go a long way towards shaping our digital future. I'd like to end with this question and ask, how do we imagine, or what do we imagine the next 50 years will look like? It's by asking and exploring the possibilities of such questions that we can develop forward-looking standards which will be capable of addressing our future needs. Having said that, I come to the end of my introductory and opening remarks. I thank you very much.
I would like to invite our next speaker, Mr. Jibrila Balo, expert, finance and administration, the African Telecommunication Union, ATU.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam. Honorable Minister, Director General of RURA, I would like, on behalf of the Secretary General of the African Telecommunications Union and my own, to express our sincere thanks to the government and the people of the Republic of Rwanda for hosting this very important forum together with the Study Group 3 for African region and for all the facilities put at our disposal to make our stay pleasant in this beautiful city of Kigali. Ladies and gentlemen, the emerging ICT economic policy and regulatory issues in Africa is an important aspect which remains as a big challenge for our region. As we all know, ICT is a dynamic sector which, with new technologies emerging by the day, therefore, they need to put in place measures to ensure that these services are regulated and well implemented for the benefit of all. As you may recall, the main issues as relating to standardization in the regions as featured during the WTSA 16 include but not limited to interoperability, numbering, identification of new services such as IoTs, and other key issues as highlighted for the 2020 agenda include the cloud computing, security versus privacy and trust, future network as 5G, mobile money, digital finance, global roaming, among others. The outcome of this first African Regional Standardization Forum for bridging the standardization gap with a focus on these new issues will definitely be a culmination point of our work for our new strategic plan. Though efforts have actually been made by many, yet a lot still lies ahead of us. For example, in the standardization sector, the new technologies and innovation in the ICT field continue to increase the standardization gap in our region. The potential of our countries need to be fully exploited to encompass more and more the coordination of our regional sustainable development plans. This is shown in the ever-increasing coordination of regional sustainable and the keenness and support of all stakeholders, membership and partners, and it is for this reason that African region deemed it necessary to develop partnership with other regions in order to organize various strategic activities such as forums, workshops, and many more to share experience for bridging the standardization gap. In this order, I would like to take the opportunity to inform that the Union has entered into a memorandum of understanding with Arab regions through Arab ICT organization to develop a framework for discussion and experience sharing in regard to bridging the standardization gap, and we would like to invite all the countries here present to fully involve for the success of such initiative. It is our hope that our presence here in Kigali today, and with your help and active contribution, we shall be able to work with enthusiasm required to meet our goals and ambitions in very close partnership. I would like, therefore, on behalf of the Secretary General of the African Telecommunication Union, to renew our thanks to the government of Rwanda for their multiple support, either for the study groups or for the success of this whatever sector in the African region. I again thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, how do you feel when it's your birthday? I think it's always an excitement. So happy birthday once again. Please, the hashtag is BSG50 regions. Please share the message, tweet, send pictures and videos for the excitement. I think you know how you feel when you have a birthday. When someone sends you a message, it's always good. So thank you very much, our speakers. I would like to welcome Ms. Lara Srivastava, the head BSG program, ITU. BSG is the Bridging Standardization Gap. Thank you. Please.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, Mwara Mutse, good morning. It is my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you all, Murakaza Neza, to this week of ITU events here in beautiful and vibrant Kigali, in the land of a million smiles, in the land of thousands of hills. It is an honor to be among you to open the Standardization Forum on Emerging Economic, Regulatory, and Policy Trends, where international and regional experts will discuss and debate our digital world's pressing challenges, from expanding interconnectivity to tackling the big data boom. This open forum will be followed, as you know, by the meeting of ITU-T Study Group 3 for Africa, which will decide on important issues facing the region today, and which will be marking, as we've heard, 50 years of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years! I mean, what? So much has happened in those 50 years. And the African Regional Group has been there for it all. We humans, we've been to the moon. Our phones have become untethered. There's a thing called the internet. And now we apparently live in a sharing economy. So to say that the growth of ICTs has been transformational in nature is certainly no overstatement. Mobile phones, social media, automation, data technologies underpin the very fabric of our society, revolutionizing the way we communicate, the way we learn, the way we play, simply how we live. Everything is at our fingertips as our world becomes increasingly connected and responsive. Because with every new development, every giant leap for humankind, comes great opportunity and progress, but also great challenges for the human condition. In this context, one of ITU's top priorities is to provide a platform that encourages innovation through the exchange of knowledge and know-how among a wide variety of stakeholders across disciplines. Now, as a UN agency, ITU holds a unique position in this regard because ITU's standards work has a development dimension that is as of yet unmatched. So increasing the participation of developing countries in the work of ITU-T is one of the key pillars of our mission to connect the world. International standards increase competition, they reduce costs, they enable companies in developing countries to access the global marketplace, but equally enable global players to access emerging markets where we know that growth is the strongest. So to achieve these important objectives, ITU works to ensure that our standardization process is globally inclusive and globally relevant. That is what Bridging the Standardization Gap, or BSG, is all about. And when I took over as head of BSG a couple of years ago, I combined our efforts all together under one umbrella, under one harmonized program. And it is under this new revamped program that I introduced a number of additional initiatives to assist countries in their efforts to get the most out of ITU standards work, while also continuing to enhance and strengthen its existing structures. Existing structures such as the Regional Group for Study Group 3 for Africa. We can see this here today. For the African Group, before 2014, we had on average under 3 contributions per meeting, 3. And today, I'm very proud to say as counselor for the group that we have 52 contributions incoming from over 20 different countries. So that's a record, and thanks to you, your passion, your hard work. With that, I wish you the best of luck. Gira amahirwe. Here's to an excellent week of discussions deliberations, collaboration, and friendship. Thank you very much. Murakoze.
And now with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the Honorable Minister, Jean Dodieu Rurangirwa, the Ministry of Information Technology and Communication, Rwanda. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Patrick Nyirishema, DG RURA, Dr. Lara Silvastava, Head of Bridging Standardization Gap Program, Mr. Jibrila Balo, the representative of ITU, Rwando Buku, the co-chairman of ITU-T group, Study Group 3, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored today to officiate the opening of ITU-T SG3 regional group. This is an opportunity for Africa now to shape the future of telecommunication. With the adoption of new technology, with the ongoing fourth industrial revolution, it's now time to understand, to follow, and to participate in setting up standards for telecommunication and the future of ICT. Best practice to eliminate the identified standardization gap between developing and developed countries are to be encouraged. And this forum is an opportunity for National Standardization Secretariat to be set up and ensure that effective functioning of such platform play a major role in global standardization. As the digital transformation is expected to speed up the economic growth, forums like that, like this one, actually are the best opportunity to achieve inclusive growth. Telecommunication and IT in general have really achieved what other sectors are trying to achieve in terms of ensuring that everyone is included in economic growth. I know you are now celebrating the 5th anniversary, and it will be an opportunity to showcase big achievements over the last 50 years, but also it will be a good opportunity to think and discuss what the future would be. I know with disruptive technologies, no one can easily predict what will happen with technology in the next 20, 30 years. But such opportunity like this, it's an opportunity for everyone to understand that there is no way out. We have to embrace technology, and everyone is here now to contribute and make the future better. Let me wish you all productive and rewarding meetings, as well as a nice day for all of you in this country of 1,000 hills. And I would like to declare officially open the Regional Standardization Forum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for the wonderful opening remarks and officially opening the meeting for us. There's a very important announcement to make. Under the auspices of the BSG program, the ITU and ATU are kicking off the very first cooperation agreement to bridge the standardization gap in Africa. I would like then to request the representative of the ITU and ITU to please stand as the agreement is brought forward. And now I would like to request our distinguished guests in the podium to make the universal symbol of the BSG. Together, let's bridge the gap.
You have to trust in your people, you have to trust in your systems, and you have to get it done. Because the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages.
Coming back to
so I'd like to, first of all, once again, thank all of you for having made the trip to be in Kigali, for being with us throughout this day and making the forum as interactive and alive as it has been. I'd like to particularly thank the ITU team. They've been fantastic. I think, as my brother just mentioned, the passion and energy of RURA is just infectious. Everybody tends to catch the excitement about standardization and our collective effort to bridge the standardization gap. I also like to thank the other colleagues of mine who chaired the two sessions in the afternoon. So I'd like to thank them very much for having agreed to chair the two sessions in the afternoon. I'd also like to thank all the panelists for the effort they made, invested time to prepare for the sessions and to make our day worthwhile. I'd like to end by once again reminding everybody that tomorrow evening we'll have a special evening. You should plan not to miss tomorrow evening. Very good. On that note, I would like to declare the forum closed, and thank you very much once again.
Digital tools help us to ensure that IT standards are globally.
This one I couldn't remember. Congratulations, Kupuzima Bukapchu. Cheers. And in the words of Stevie Wonder, let us then enter this world party to celebrate the day we came in. So congratulations, happy birthday, SG3 regional groups and ITU regional groups. Morakoze.